Gutter Trash is a proud member of the Comics Podcast Network.
Hello! Welcome to Gutter Trash, episode 94. My name is Eric.
My name is Jason.
The comic we're reviewing is, say it with me,
Noir!
Thank you, Frank Miller.
Yeah, Frank Miller.
Frank.
The legend. He did not do this book.
No, he did not.
But he did coin the phrase noir.
Yes, he did. He invented it.
Yeah. Or at least he coined the phrase noir.
Yes. He invented the dialect of drunk NPR interview.
Yes. And that's what he'll really be remembered for, that and RoboCop 2.
Let's not forget RoboCop 3.
Was that him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think you've told me
flew.
that. I think you've told me about that. Yeah, okay,
And
that's
wings.
right. Yeah.
Because like, that's what RoboCop should have.
Were they like hummingbird wings?
That would have been great, but no. Just sort of an archangel like a jetpack.
Oh, okay, like Kick-Ass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, he probably, I think, it may have even had a Gatling gun of some sort.
Yeah. Oh, sure, right? It's RoboCop.
Right.
His breakfast cereal dish has a Gatling gun, I'm sure. His horse does. No, that's Jonah Hex.
Did you see that?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
I never even saw pictures. I just heard about it.
All right.
And I'm sure that's amazing.
Well, I'll never find out.
Ooh, you'd veto?
Most likely.
Yeah.
I would hope that you would just never pick it, so that I wouldn't have to waste a veto.
It's sort of been a lifelong dream to see a horse with a Gatling gun attached to it.
I'll tell you what, we'll do a double feature. We'll do Jonah Hex and The Spirit.
Okay. And we'll review both in this condensed time frame. Okay. Maybe throw Catwoman in there.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
a trifecta.
Sure. Yeah, there we go. We'll just, every bad comic-based movie,
that'd be good.
we'll watch all of them, and then we'll just review them in one lump.
We have to give each one a minute, probably.
Yeah, yeah, there's a lot.
Like Steel.
Yeah.
It goes on and on. That'd be a great episode, though. It could be like our telethon.
Oh, wow,
Or
yeah.
extra special.
Yeah, we can do a, get a trash-a-thon or something like
You see what we're doing? We're brainstorming on the air. It just doesn't stop. Our brains don't stop working.
that. I've toyed with the idea in my head, and maybe I've spoken it out loud once and forgot about it, but doing some sort of live gutter trash thing.
Oh, yeah, I think you muttered something about that in your sleep there.
Yeah.
And I elbowed you, and then we spooned, and then I forgot all about it. Yeah, that would be maybe hard to do, but
Yeah.
interesting.
And frightening.
Mm-hmm. We're still talking about me and you in bed, right?
Well, both.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's all frightening.
Yeah. And hard to do.
Everything since we started.
Hard to do and worth it, yeah. That's all. Well, yeah. That's something to keep in mind.
Maybe. I don't know. I doubt that it'll happen.
Maybe we could get sponsored by McDonald's, just like the mustard.
The Jerry Lewis telethon. Yeah. Have a creepy clown running around and trying to molest the kids on the phone.
Yeah. Miming things at the camera.
Yeah.
And, like, indecipherable gestures that Ronald McDonald was doing. We watched a bit of the telethon right before we
By
started.
a bit, with like a minute.
Yeah, yeah. Just enough to see Ronald McDonald being creepy.
Right.
Which is, a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Anytime you see him.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm not one of those people who finds clowns creepy. I think maybe when I was like 4, I was scared of clowns, but for the most part, I'm I can understand the creepiness of a clown.
The potential is there.
Yes. And I've seen, John Wayne Gacy, obviously, is a creepy clown.
He was a little creepy.
Yeah. Saw something online the other day. It was like the most terrifying children's album covers.
Mm-hmm.
And there were two from this Spanish singer who apparently dresses up as a clown.
Oh.
And not like in the, flamboyant Bozo the Clown kind of way. More in like he was wearing like just a regular plaid shirt.
Ooh.
And he was just like regular face, just like minimal clown makeup.
Like it didn't even go down his neck, like the makeup.
Like it didn't even cover all of his face. Like it was just sort of like around the eyes, and then like the smile around the lips, and then like a nose.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Vertigo comic.
And he's just like this bald Spanish dude. And there was one where it was just a close-up of him just smiling creepily. And then there's a kid in the background who I think it's supposed to be, the kid is supposed to be happy and smiling. The kid is obviously screaming in terror.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Was he like the kid part of the photo shoot, or was he just like...
It was a separate element.
Okay. Oh, man. Like they actually specifically put that photo in there. Wow.
But my point here was that I think of all the clowns in the world that, again, I don't really find clowns creepy.
Yeah.
I find Ronald McDonald super creepy. Mm-hmm. In every incarnation. Especially a local Ronald McDonald.
Yeah, the local Ronald McDonald. Because he's a little disheveled. Like he's not quite put together as well as the commercial one. Yeah, any clown that's trying to sell you, charred flesh, whether it's John Wayne Gacy or Ronald McDonald. And what do you think was the creepy part of John Wayne Gacy? Was it the lack of the big red nose, or what is it, the part where he killed and raped and murdered children?
The nose.
It's mostly the nose, yeah. I mean,
it just looks wrong.
Yeah, I know, right? Everything else... we could take, we could accept the rest of them, but you need a nose if you're going to do it. If you go big or go home, right?
Yes.
John Wayne Gacy.
So, happy Memorial Day? Is this Memorial Day?
Labor Day.
Is this Labor Day?
I think so.
Yeah, I guess it is Labor Day.
Yeah.
I always get them confused.
They're very interchangeable.
Yeah, pretty much. One at the beginning of summer, one at the end. Both involving mostly cookouts.
Mondays.
Mondays.
Days off work, yeah. Yeah, there's no, like, Memorial Day ferry or Labor Day nymph or anything.
Right.
So, yeah, they're easily mixed up.
Yeah. I know that Memorial Day I can accept as a special day to remember the fallen members of the armed forces who died to protect our country and our freedom. Mm-hmm. And Labor Day for fat guys who were complaining because they weren't getting any health benefits.
Is that what that's about?
I think so.
Okay.
Labor unions,
Okay.
I'm sure there's a lot more to it than what I just said, and I'm sure maybe it is a little more valiant, but when you think of unions, you mostly think of corruption and Jimmy Hoffa dead and,
Yeah. Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, that was a fun movie.
I think Jack Nicholson's nose threw me off.
Because he didn't have the big red thing.
Oh, right.
He needed it, yeah. People would be more apt to listen to union speakers. They're like, gather around, children. Yeah. They're like, what's he got to say? Let's go over there. That looks like a fun guy. The Teamsters are all right. Yeah. Labor Day. It's probably just like all the holidays now. Like no one even remembers what they're for.
Right.
I mean,
What's Christmas about?
It's about Jesus and beer. Just like getting together, having some eggnog.
Okay.
Talking about Jesus.
Talking about Jesus?
Open presents.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe they don't even talk about Jesus anymore on Christmas.
I've never talked about Jesus on Christmas.
Yeah, it's all just an excuse to drink now.
Oh, okay.
Every holiday. But hey, we're off work.
Yeah.
I'm usually working today, which is weird because I usually work on holidays.
Right. And you're open.
And we are open.
Right.
Yeah. I did call Glenn because Glenn's the only person working today. He's doing a solo shift, and he's just working 12 to 5, short hours. But I called him before I came over here, and I was like, hey, do you need to go potty, or you want me to bring you 5 roast beefs or something? And he's like, no, I'm fine. He said, I've had one customer, and you're the second phone call. So I think he can put up the back in 5 minutes sign. He'll be safe.
Yeah.
He can put the back in an hour and a half sign. He'll probably be okay.
It's, I don't know. I guess, I mean, if I wasn't doing this, I'd be bored, and I'd probably want to go to Mavericks and see what's going on there.
Really? So,
Probably go to GameSwap and hang out there for a while.
are they open?
I have no idea.
They probably are.
I would imagine. This is more of a holiday where basically outside of the government level, like the next lower on the food chain, those businesses get to close.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the little guys.
The little guys stay open.
Yeah. Because we gotta make ends meet.
Right. And then you get your Christmases, which is when everything closes, unless you're Jewish or Chinese.
We're actually usually open on New Year's Day, which is bizarre.
New Year's Day? Yeah, I guess.
It's a little weird.
It is a little weird, yeah. I think a lot of places are open now on New Year's Day. I remember when I used to work at the movie theater, I'd have to work Christmas and New Year's, and because movie theaters are open.
Yeah, that sucks that they're open on Christmas.
Guess what? Nothing else is open on those days. And so when I'm working a 12-hour shift on Christmas and can't find anything to eat for my break.
Yeah.
Sucks.
You just eat like a giant thing of popcorn.
No. Luckily, gas stations remain open. So you just have to go there and buy something.
I always feel bad. Like, whenever I go somewhere on a holiday, like any of those holidays, I always feel a little bad because I'm supporting them remaining open. Like, when I stop and get gas or, like, go to the grocery even, I'm like, I'm going to try to remember not to...
I don't think grocery stores are open on Christmas.
No, not on Christmas, but I remember, like, something a few months ago. I forget what it was.
4th of July?
May have been.
A few months ago.
May have been. But yeah, I'm like, man, I'm one of those people. I'm supporting them, like, making sure someone is working on this holiday. Everybody should be off.
We live in a world where you cannot shut everything down.
Right.
I mean, in an emergency situation, you'll need something at some point. Yeah.
Like Gino's Pizza Rolls from Kroger.
Right. That is a total emergency situation.
Oh my God, we're about to watch all the Friday the 13th movies in a row, and we are out of Gino's Pizza Rolls. Thank you, Kroger's, for shackling your wage slaves to the registers on the holiday.
Speaking as someone who, up until my current job, has always worked at a place that's always open, I don't mind it so much, usually because it is slow, and mostly just boring. What I hate the most is when a customer will come in and then pretend to sympathize with you.
Yeah. Like, oh, it sucks that you're here.
Right. Fuck you.
Yeah. Like, you know why I'm here, right? Because of you.
Right.
Like, I'm here this year because last year you came in, and I'll be here next year because this year you came in. Because they look at the sales and like, oh, it's worth being open.
Yep. And like movie theaters, it's busiest day of the year is Christmas. Thanksgiving and then Christmas.
Really?
Yeah. And, but yeah, like I worked at a hotel, obviously those don't close. TV station, no customers, but, you gotta have something on the air.
Right. You gotta be running Christmas Story over and over.
Right. But, yeah, it's just, if you go into a place that's open on Christmas, don't fucking be a dick about it. You
Yeah.
know, just realize that I hate you, and just realize that you should just buy your shit and shut the fuck up.
What if they maybe bring you a little Christmas gift?
Oh, no, don't.
No.
Yeah.
Like
Is that
a
just-
candy cane.
Yeah, just that's about as bad as pretend sympathy, you know,
Yeah.
because they don't mean it, you know. It's just you know, yeah, just don't bother. It's just business as usual,
Right.
you know.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm
Yeah.
with you on that. Yeah.
The worst though was when I worked at Kinko's when we had one customer the entire day, and all that guy did was look at porn on the internet.
Are you allowed to look at porn?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you are, just not at Kinko's.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Or in a public place.
That's what I
Yeah,
meant.
yeah.
Like I didn't know if they discouraged it or if they just turned a blind eye. As long as you weren't, it didn't leave any ruby jism.
If we caught someone doing it, it was, we would have to tell them to leave or whatever. The worst was when there was a guy came in and was looking at porn. Like he had the browser pushed way down to the bottom of the screen, so you could only see like little bits of it.
Yeah.
But he had that, and he also had his 10-year-old son with him.
Oh wow, yeah,
Yeah. He was encouraged to leave.
yeah. Well, maybe. Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate for a second. Maybe the son was like, "Daddy, I've never seen a picture of mommy," and he was like, "Well, she's on this website. I go to it all the time. Ever since we split up."
Well, the other browser windows that were open were for toys and stuff, like kids'
Okay,
toys.
so
Yeah.
he was trying to distract the kid with toys.
Right, but down in the bottom, a little porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But the guy there at Christmas, only customer, so we just kind of let him do
You're
his
like,
thing.
whatever.
Yeah.
As long as we don't have to clean anything up.
Right. Hey, he was paying the $10 an hour or whatever to use the computer, so yeah.
Yeah. that is expensive.
But anyway, these all sound like crimes, and that is the topic of the book we're talking about. I'm not going to say this the entire time. So, Noir.
Yeah. Okay. It's so much more fun the other way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Noir, a collection of crime comics.
From Dark Horse Publishing.
Books. Whatever. It's an anthology series, or an anthology book. I don't know how I'm going to do the intro for this.
Yeah, that's right, because there's like a dozen or so stories.
Right.
A baker's dozen, I think. I think there's 13.
Ooh. A lazy baker? That's 11.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. Or just the baker with a GED. He's got 10. Well, I mean, he can only he stops counting when he gets to the end of his
that's
fingers.
all he's
Yeah.
got, yeah.
Unless I mean, you can't take your shoes off while you're baking donuts.
No, that's
a health hazard.
yeah, So, I'm gonna get this right out of the way first. There is a prose story in this.
Which is weird.
Did not read it.
Oh, really?
I forgot.
I skipped it because I started to read it and I was like, I'll come back to that. And then that was the last thing I read.
That was my plan.
Yeah.
It was like I got to the prose story and I was like, oh yeah, I'll read this last, and then I went on to the next story, and then I finished the book and forgot that I had to go back and read that. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what that story was. I don't know if it was good.
It wasn't. It wasn't one of the. It wasn't one of the better ones.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it was the worst one, but it wasn't one of the better ones.
So that's just me putting my GED on display for everyone.
Well, I mean, we're not, the most literate or intelligent people in the world,
Right.
But we read.
Yeah.
Well,
we can.
Yeah.
We have that ability.
Yeah. I've read. I'm in the middle of reading a book, and I read some of it this week. Actually,
Right.
I read some last night. But when I'm reading comics, I like to read comics.
Right.
You know, like, I think I've said this on here before, you know, this is not, to me, like, it's interesting when someone does that sometimes, like, you know, excuse me, occasionally, like, you know, Alan Moore put some text pieces in some of his books, or Grant Morrison, and Dave Sim, who maybe went a little overboard with it, but but he doesn't do anything halfway, that guy. But, yeah, generally, I don't really like when my comics have giant blocks of text in them.
Right.
Like, and I don't really need illustrations in my novels either.
Right.
Like occasionally I'll buy a novel that has, you know, a little bit of illustrations every once in a while.
Right.
Like some of the old Kurt Vonnegut books or whatever.
Right.
You know, I mean,
Bernie Wrightson's Frankenstein.
Yeah, Bernie Wrightson's. Well, those illustrations are fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But generally, I'd say as a general rule, yeah, I like to keep my peanut butter and my chocolate separate on that one. You know.
Yeah, I think. Well, Dark Horse does this a lot. They've put out a lot of these types of books, like usually mostly revolving around their horror line. Like they've done the Book of Witchcraft and the Book of Hauntings and stuff like that.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
I'd forget about those.
And usually those have a Mike Mignola story in them somewhere. This one does not. But
well, they figured. I mean, this one has a bunch of like the genre deals with a lot of shadows and
Right,
like, wrongdoings. And, like, what does he know about that?
nothing.
Yeah, get him away.
Nothing.
Get him out of here. Wait till they do a romance collection. That's when he'll shine.
Or the comedy one.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Hellboy Jr. story is pretty funny.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, you'd think he would have been in this one.
Right. But I think in all of those books, there's always been at least one prose story, illustrated prose story, you know, with like 3 pages of prose and then a full page illustration. And yeah, I've generally skipped those too. You know,
I mean, I can see like how some people like it, and like crime comics. I mean, crime stories. I mean, you know, yeah, it's a genre, but it's just like, you know, this is, you know. It'd be like one of them being a CD they have to take out and listen to. You know, it's like, this is a comic. You know, I bought it because it's a comic. You know?
I'm in one mindset. Don't immediately throw me into another.
Yeah.
You know,
and obviously it didn't work for you because you forgot about it. You skipped it. Yeah. We both skipped it, but you forgot about it.
Yeah. Like, I honestly, 20 minutes before you got here, I was like flipping through the book and I saw that prose story. I was like, oh, fuck.
Well, basically, that one. Let's see. Who did that one? Let me see. That was
Joel Jones and someone else.
The Trustworthy. Yeah, Joel Jones and Ken Lizzie wrote it. Yeah, it was okay. I don't know.
No.
It was just okay. It was like kind of a double cross, like twist ending kind of thing, but it was like, oh, I see this coming like 4 pages before it's over.
Right.
So, I don't know. It wasn't horrible. It just, yeah, it wasn't
Standard.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe if it would have been drawn, I would have been so into it that I wouldn't have noticed that I knew the twist before it happened.
Right. So there's me putting my illiteracy on display for everyone.
Okay, appreciate that.
Figured I'd just be honest with you about that up front here. I read everything else though.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that had a lot of pictures in it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Because that's kind of your thing.
Yeah. Overall, it's an anthology.
Yeah.
Some of it's great, some of it ain't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, every anthology's kind of like that.
Yeah.
I would say just about every artist was really good, I thought.
Yeah. It,
like some of the stories, some were way better than others, but I don't think I saw any artwork that I just didn't like. And most of the artists I was completely unfamiliar with too.
Yeah, there's a lot of names I've never seen before.
But Rick Geary was in there.
Yeah.
Jeff Lemire.
Yeah. Dave Lapham.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Sorry, Joe.
Gabriel Ba. Right?
Huh?
Gabriel Ba, was he in there?
Gabriel Ba. Yeah. And Fabio Moon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some really, really good artwork.
Yeah.
I mean, of course it's black and white because it's the crime genre.
Right.
The noir, as you said.
Some of these guys definitely more suited to it than others, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Dave Lapham, he's Stray Bullets. I mean, that's... I mean, other than Sin City, that is, like, the crime comic,
I have to say, that is my favorite crime comic ever. Like, and nothing against Sin City. I love Sin City. I freaking have a Sin City tattoo. But I like Stray Bullets better. Like, that, if you have not read Stray Bullets, it's fucking amazing.
I was getting Stray Bullets up until about issue 23. And, I mean, it was just like there was like so many delays between issues that, I just kind of stopped buying them.
Right.
And then, but like, I was also under the impression that maybe it had stopped at like issue 25. Apparently it went on to like issue 40-something.
Yeah.
And I'm really behind, and also those issues are completely unavailable anywhere.
Yeah. They made like 6 collections, but I don't think they even finished. Like, I think they got up to like number 30 or something.
Yeah. But up until that point, I fucking love that book.
He's like, and that's really weird too, because I've read a lot of other things that he's done, and like some of them are decent and some of them are not so great, but nothing was like a home run like Stray Bullets. I mean, that was like his thing. Like,
he's firing on all cylinders there.
It was just. Yeah, that was his baby.
Yeah, and he brings it back in this book.
Yeah, this is an actual Stray Bullet story.
Right, yeah.
I didn't realize that until after I read it even. Like, I saw on the credits page it had Stray Bullets as part of the title.
Yeah. It's not an Amy Race Car story, but a Virginia Applejack story. The creator of Amy Race Car.
Yeah.
Which, if you've ever read Stray Bullets, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. And if you haven't, then find out on your own.
Yeah.
Because I recommend it.
Yeah. Highly.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Let's see. We got Return of Mr. X.
That was a great one.
Yeah.
Dean Motter.
Yep.
Done some Vertigo work.
Yeah. I think he actually brought Mr. X back as a series about a year ago.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Dark Horse published that as well. I have all the old issues, which I got from you.
Yeah. Well, like the one Seth drew some of those. I liked Mr. X. That was a good book. And it's so like this story. Now that was a story that was you didn't know what to expect. It was kind of strange.
Mr. X is kind of strange.
Yeah,
and just the whole series,
the whole universe, their city that he lives in.
And honestly, it's been like 7 years since I've read any of those comics, so like I don't think I was fully remembering the gist of it,
like his place in the
right
thing. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've read Mr. X too. But yeah, that was good. Good.
Let's see.
The Jeff Lemire one.
Jeff Lemire, yeah.
I like that. It was cool. Like, it kind of reminded me of one of those horror 1 hour TV shows that,
right?
Like the story is nothing like really great. It's just,
it's one of those ironic twist things, maybe.
Yeah, but the art's incredible. I think.
Yeah.
It did kind of make me think like. I haven't read much by him. I love Sweet Tooth, but I haven't read like his other like S6 County and stuff. But I'd love to see something that he drew that's written by someone other than him, just to see how that worked. Because I think he's got such a great art style. Not that I think his writing is bad, because like I said, I love Sweet Tooth. I love the story, but I would just be interested to see Garth Ennis or Grant Morrison or somebody write something that he draws.
For him, right, yeah. I don't think that's going to happen, though.
Yeah.
I think it's very rare when a writer-artist only draws something.
Right.
That unless that person, maybe this is like one of those things where, like, if Alan Moore wrote in the script, you'd be like, fuck yeah. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, it's very rare once you've conquered both aspects to just go back to the one.
Yeah, just like me with Veggie Ducks. I don't know.
Right.
Like, unless a 10-year-old writes it, I'm not going to draw it. That's always been my rule.
Hey, I wrote you a comic like 4 years ago that you keep saying that you're going to draw. But,
Well, you're over the age of 10.
but
so-
I am over the age of 10, and it's one of those things where you just can't go back.
Exactly.
There's a Paul Grist Kane story.
That was great.
Yeah.
The card player.
Yep.
I like that a lot.
I'm a big fan of Paul Grist, obviously. Check out our Jack Staff review.
Yeah.
I've only ever read one of the Kane trade paperbacks, and I loved it.
I don't think I'd ever heard of it.
I loved it to death, and yet I only have the one.
Is there, how many of them are there?
Like at least 5.
Really?
Yeah, if not more.
Is he still doing that?
No, this is his first Kane story in years.
Okay.
I think since he started doing Jack Staff on a regular basis.
Might have to delve into that as well.
I may, once I get my file cleared out, have to order some of the back trades on
Collections.
that.
Kane collections.
Because, this definitely reminded me of how much I loved that first trade. And
I think his art might be the best suited to just general, like, noir that's in here.
Yeah.
Like, I love the way, I mean, he uses a lot of shadow effects and things that are,
Yeah.
I mean, he does it so well.
he's, I know a lot of people just don't like his art, but I think he's great. I think just it's so simplistic and just so bold.
It's like,
And I'm going through puberty.
his art, I mean, his art style is good, but I think the way he designs a page and lays things out, and like you said, the simplicity that he uses, it really just, like, it really works. It really, I don't know, clicks. And
Yeah.
he knows what he's doing.
We got the Rick Geary story.
I like Rick Geary.
Yeah.
I've never heard anything bad by him, but I've never heard anything exceptional.
Right.
It's just always, like, decent or good.
I really enjoyed his story in this.
Yeah.
It had a nice twist to it
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I honestly wasn't expecting.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I mean, like anytime I'm surprised by anything is always a good thing as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the better ones in there. I mean, it didn't make me, like, I wasn't like, wow, this is amazing, but
Right.
I thought it was a really fun, well-drawn story.
Yeah. And, let's see. We got one that's, I don't know, it was okay. It was The Last Hit, written by a guy I've never heard of, Chris Offutt, illustrated by Kano.
That was another one where I thought the art was, like, so much better than the story.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you've ever seen, like, the Sylvester Stallone movie, Assassins.
I've never...
Well, it's pretty much the same plot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just old hitman getting replaced by younger upstart hitman,
Right.
kind of thing. You know where it's going to go.
Yeah. I mean, they're hitmen.
Huh?
They're hitmen. It's what they do.
Right. I'm going to point to one of the ones that I think I can almost say that I hated.
Really? Which one is this? Fracture.
Fracture.
It took me twice reading it to even figure out what I was
What the
supposed
fuck
to...
it was.
Yeah. And like, it's one of those experimental comics that I think it's cool that they tried the experiment, but
Right.
it just, I don't know. It was interesting, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe a failed experiment.
Yeah. The art's great.
Yeah.
Very, I mean, I enjoy this type of art. The very Terry Dodson, Adam Hughes
very
type
Terry
of
Dodson.
art. But in black and white, looks nice.
It's like a choose your own adventure where there's like 4 different, outcomes and of the story, and I think that's fun, and it's cool that they tried it, but it just, I don't know, it wasn't one of the better stories.
No. So, boo on you guys.
Oh.
No. One that also surprised me about how much I liked was The Albanian.
Really? I like the art, and I thought it was decent, but it was, I don't know, like, it just...
I just thought, again, it was different.
Yeah.
I think it was just a different approach to, the type of story it was telling.
For a comic that starts off with a bunch of dead people in office, it was surprisingly subtle.
Yeah. And you're not joking.
Yeah. I thought it had a nice charm to it, but
Yeah.
Who else was in there?
Let's see. Going on to the second page. We got the one drawn by Eduardo Barreto. The New Me.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
I like this one a lot. Yeah,
that was very like Tales from the Crypt.
Very much so. Yeah. Definitely more in the lungs. Yeah, of a horror story, I would say.
You're familiar with the artist though?
He's done a lot of work for DC, a lot of Superman stuff.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think he even did a bunch of New Teen Titans when George Perez left.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't recognize the name. Yeah. It kind of reminded me of like 80s era Howard Chaykin.
Yeah, a little bit. I think this is a little... style for this is a little more looser than what he normally does. I've normally seen just a very a clean, solid line with him, and here it's kind of, I don't want to say haphazard because that makes it sound bad,
right?
But
it's just looser and
yeah. Do you know Rick Leonardi?
Yeah,
I think this reminds me of him trying to do a Rick Leonardi type style.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's very classic DC guy. I think him and I can't think of the guy's name.
Dick Sprang.
No. It's another Hispanic name guy. Jose Luis Garcia Lopez.
Okay, yeah.
I think they have a very similar style, I think.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
That guy's good too.
But yeah, this is definitely something that would definitely have been on an episode of the Tales from the Crypt TV show.
Yeah, it was a fun one. And, I didn't expect what happened.
Then there's Lady's Choice by the Philbach brothers, I guess. That's
definitely one that I think the art was way better than the story.
Yeah.
I mean, not that the story was terrible, it just didn't really do anything for me.
Yeah, not fantastic, and I've never heard of these guys. Have you?
No. But yeah, good kind of like a almost kind of Eduardo Barreto sort of. What's the guy's name? Eduardo Russo. Almost that, because it's got that cartoony noir kind of thing going on.
A little bit. It's a little more. I think when I think of Eduardo Rizzo, I think of very rounded, soft edges. This is very hard edged and a lot of angles.
Yeah.
And honestly, it reminds me a little bit of Brian Stelfreeze.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah, when he's not painting.
I mean, I like the characters in that story a lot. I think the characters are well written. Don't get me wrong. When I say the stories in these aren't as good as the art for me, I don't think there's hardly any bad stories in there.
Yeah.
There's just some that
they're just okay.
Yeah, they just kind of represent the genre, but they don't really do anything crazy.
Right.
This was one of those where I thought he did really interesting things with the genre as far as putting a cowboy in there in the crime genre, but overall the story was just kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, it's I think that's an overall thing. There are some stories in here that are great, and I think we've talked about most of them so far. But I think for the most part, it's all just sort of just standard.
Yeah,
and it's not doing anything new. It's.
But I mean, in their defense,
but they're not bad.
Yeah,
right.
And plus, in their defense, these aren't graphic novel stories. They're 4 to 8 pages.
Right,
so
yeah.
I mean, they mostly, they were just wanting to represent the genre,
right,
and draw a cool story, which I can respect all of them.
And I think they did that for the most part. Except, again, I really did not like the Fracture story.
Yeah.
It was an experiment that failed.
Yeah. It's cool that they tried it though.
Yeah.
Try it again.
Yeah.
Mr. Wizard needs a new Tammy.
And then we get a criminal story by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips.
Yeah.
And sadly, also pretty much just standard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know we talked about this one. I think, did we review Criminal?
Yeah,
okay.
we reviewed the first story arc.
Like I didn't really even love that one.
Right.
And that's as far as I've read. So to me, this was about as good as like the criminal stuff I had read before.
Right.
But yeah, I've heard really good things about the rest of them, and I need to read them. But yeah, this was like, I love the artwork,
Yeah.
and the dialogue is very like ham-fisted noir. But
Yeah.
but I don't know. I couldn't get into this one either.
It's I think it doesn't help that there's actually like a full story arc which kind of takes the same premise.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
He just kind of distilled it.
distilled it and changed the characters.
I wonder too if there's like a little vindictive part of me that dislikes Ed Baker, almost like the people that are like, I saw Green Day when they were playing at
Right.
bars, because I used to read his like mini comics when he did Autobio stuff, and I'm like, he left us for these genre trappings, Like, I wonder if there's some little bitter seed inside of me, but yeah, because Low Life, really good. Check it out if you haven't. Check it out. He wrote and drew it.
Hey, I also love Love Life,
Yeah.
but
I don't think it's that, because I don't care if someone sells out like a whore. It's fine. It's fine, Ed. You go, Ed. It's fine. It doesn't bother me at all. So.
All right.
Moving on.
But no, yeah, it's beautifully drawn. Sean Phillips is never bad.
Yeah.
Well, he's been bad once or twice.
Really?
There was an X-Men story he did with Mark Miller that was awful.
You said X-Men? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was that whole, what would comics be like in the Marvel Universe thing that they did.
Okay. Yeah.
Paul Grist wrote that Spider-Man story that Kyle Hotz drew, and
Was that, yeah, okay. They were all like one-issue stories.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That Spider-Man story was awesome.
Spider-Man was
Yeah.
great. Yeah, but the
I didn't
X-Men
realize that was Paul Grist.
Yeah, he wrote that.
I read that like the week it came out, and I'm sure I didn't know who Paul Grist was.
I knew who Paul Grist was, mostly by reputation. Like, I knew Kane was like a thing, and I knew he was doing Jack Staff. I hadn't read either of them at the time. But I had read he did a 3-issue black and white Daily Bugle miniseries.
Really?
Yeah. It was drawn by, I forget who it was drawn by, but he wrote that.
Paul Grist wrote it?
Yeah, and it was basically a noir story, just told with the backdrop of the
Wow.
Daily Bugle back in like 1994.
Wow.
Yeah.
That seems worth hunting.
You should check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet we have those in our quarter bins.
Oh, I'm sure you do. I think that's where I bought mine. And then we get to the final story.
The last night.
In the book, the Bad Night.
Oh, the Bad Night, yeah.
Yeah, by Brian Azzarello, drawn by Fabio Moon and Gabriel Ba.
I didn't get that. It seems like it was supposed to reference something. like it's supposed to lead into something else, and I don't know. It just it was like a cliffhanger. I was like, did he kill them? I mean, I didn't get it. It just kind of fell flat.
Yeah. Poor job, guys.
Yeah.
Poor job. I think we should spoil it.
Yeah.
I think that's, it's a Batman story
Yeah.
without Batman.
This is the first Batman story.
It is the first Batman story ever. It's Batman's origin
Yeah.
from the point of view of the guy who killed Bruce Wayne's parents.
This one gave me a boner. It was so fucking good. It's so beautifully drawn, and it's such a great idea.
Yeah.
I can't believe it took 70 years for someone to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, great job.
In a Dark Horse book, no less.
Yeah. But at least there was a guy that's written Batman
It's
before.
true. That is true.
Yeah, well, what a great one.
Yeah.
And, I didn't get it until, the second to the last panel, what I was reading. And so I had to reread it, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Right. Yeah, it's
We won't... Do you want to not spoil the twist of the story about, why the guy is after.
No, yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah, because it kind of changes your look on the Waynes.
Yeah. And the whed Batman myth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was a great story. Did not expect it.
Yeah. What a great ending to an eclectic anthology.
Yeah. And I think overall it's a good book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it has its down points, but it's. I don't. Yeah. Other than the one, I don't think it was awful.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'd say
there wasn't anything awful in it.
I'd say if you're a fan of noir stories or just like anthologies in general, it's a very diverse as far as art styles, but they all sort of remain in the noir, like shadowy figures and sexy crime stories, but yeah, there's like very different styles, and yeah, I'd say definitely worth checking out if you're into that style, or that genre.
It was fun. I don't know that I would like if they did like a second one of these. I don't know that I'd get it.
I'd peek inside. See who's in there.
Unless it was like another thing. Like pretty much the only reason I even got this was because there was a brand new Kane story in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and Criminal. I know you like Criminal.
I like Criminal a lot, but I don't know that I would have gotten it because of that. Because Criminal is still being published.
Yeah.
Kane, however, is not, and I love Paul Grist. And I love Brubaker and Phillips, but I love Paul Grist a lot more. So
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
And then, of course, there's the nice Azzarello story at the end to really make this worth it.
Had you showed me that before?
I think I had told you about it before.
Okay. I was going to say, it sounded familiar after I read it. I was like, was this online? Or because I remember there's that really great, I can't remember his name. The guy that did that Batman story, the internet one, it's 60 pages or something.
Yeah.
Josh Simmons or Josh. Oh, what was his name?
Yeah, I can't remember.
It drives me crazy that I can't think of it because he did my favorite story in that Kramer's anthology. I can't remember his name, but fuck, I'll try to remember it. But I thought maybe it was one of those things where it was like they just put it online because they couldn't publish it or something.
No, I think I'd. If I hadn't shown it to you before, I'd definitely told you about it. Yeah. Because I think up until I picked this book, that was the only story that I had read.
Right. Yeah, that's another thing, too. I'd say if anyone is a big Batman fan, you should at least read that story because it is awesome.
Yeah. All right. So, anything else about Noir?
This should have been a Frank Miller story. I think they thanked him in the beginning.
Yeah.
I thought maybe he had something to do with it, but yeah. Where was he? Dark Horse, Frank Miller, Crime Comics? Hello.
I think he was
drunk somewhere.
And working on a 300 sequel.
Yeah, prank calling Jessica Alba.
For Frank.
Yeah.
And let's talk about Jessica Alba when we come back from our break.
Let's do that.
All right.
Dead red eyes, flickering half bright, went on foray in slick silk. They were on to my circumstantial slide, blow
back to Gutter Trash.
Hello.
What's up?
We looked it up. The guy's name was Josh Simmons, who drew the
Batman.
bizarre but awesome Batman story.
Can they just Google, like, Josh Simmons Batman and it'll come
Probably.
up? Okay.
Yeah. I think it was JoshuaHallSimmons.com is his actual website.
He's awesome.
Yeah. It's spelled how you think.
.com.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you change that last part, you're going to confuse people.
Yeah.
Like
Don't go to a .org, don't go to a .net.
Or CAHM.
Or CAHM, or CUM even.
Ooh, well, go to that one, because that one's pretty hot.
That one's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Especially the Batman story. But yeah, Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba, you, me, and your little lady friend all went to go see Machete.
Yes, we did. And I'm so glad we did.
Yes. It was touch and go. We almost didn't. We were.
It was, yeah.
It was chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos was ensuing.
We thought we were going to see it one night, then maybe next week, then maybe we had to drive in without you, then maybe we had to drive in with you.
Temper tantrums were flung.
Maybe some feces.
No, I try to keep it. I try to keep that not happening.
Under wraps, okay.
Yeah,
sweet.
Yeah. But I was upset. I'll be honest.
Because you thought we might go without you.
Yeah, and not only that, but either go without me or force me to go to a drive-in.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because you had at one point agreed to go to the drive-in.
I did,
which was very big of you. I was impressed.
I can't imagine that it would have been any good.
You know, I will say I wish some point this summer I would have got to go to the drive-in.
Right.
I'm not bummed out about it or anything, but I love the drive-in. I think it's fun. But I'm kind of glad we did not see this at the drive-in.
Yeah.
After seeing it in the big boy theaters.
The practically empty big boy theater.
Yeah, there's like 4 other people.
Right. And none of them sat even where near us.
No, like 10 rows away.
It was awesome.
Yeah, that's like optimal movie-going experience.
Yes, it is. I feel bad for Machete, because that means that it probably didn't do very well this weekend.
Yeah, I guess that's not a good weekend to open the movie. I don't know.
I guess not.
Who knew?
Yeah.
You'd think the studios would know.
You would think. Well, maybe, they got this movie that it's pretty much a niche.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not something that's going to have a lot of mainstream appeal. As experienced by my parents' reaction to me saying that I'm going to go see Machete.
They're like, oh. Well, it's got De Niro in it. That's what everybody should say.
Yeah, that's what I did say.
Jessica Alba?
No, Jessica Alba. Jessica Alba.
The nerds that come in, they love her, though. They would go see it.
She is a fucking zombie. She is terrible. She is a dead-eyed, soulless husk of a talentless piece of shit zombie.
So you're not on the fan club anymore.
I am not on the fan club anymore.
Okay. I the only thing that I don't get with her, I don't think she's that bad. I honestly don't I don't think she's a great actress. She's no Sybil Shepherd or whatever. I don't know, but like a lot of the nerds, they go nuts whenever there's a picture of her in Wizard. They're practically coming on the cover at work, and I'm like, she's not ugly.
She's not ugly, but she's also not that attractive either.
I don't I've never been wow, she is hot.
No,
Yeah. I don't get it, but I mean, but honestly, I'm not trying to be obtuse. I find nothing wrong with her acting. I just don't.
Oh, but she's awful.
I just don't think she's amazing. She's never put in a performance. I'm like, wow.
Put yourself in the place of all those Mexicans standing in front of the taco truck as she is standing on a car giving that riling speech.
Yeah.
Would you follow her? No. She is unconvincing and unpowerful and awful.
She, could have, maybe they could have got, I don't know, Rosie Perez to do it. She's
boisterous. She's got giant titties.
Who wouldn't follow that?
Exactly. She's loud, like a Puerto Rican should be. Yeah, I'd follow Rosie Perez.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she would intimidate the shit out of me, and I'd have to.
Yeah.
Jessica Alba, I was just like, whatever. Go back to your blonde wig and the Fantastic Four. And also, is there a worse choice for Sue Storm?
You know that I kind of like the Fantastic Four. I've never even seen either one of those movies, and it's not like some angry, pissed off boycott. It's just like, oh yeah, I forget that they they made those. Like they look so unappealing, and not unappealing. Maybe just I forget that they exist. You know?
Right.
Like even when I saw there was brand new in the theater, I was like, oh, maybe I'll see that. I don't know.
They're pretty forgettable. The first one, if you go in with the lowest of expectations, as I did, is actually kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's not terrible.
Is it like an X-Men 3?
X-Men 3 was better.
Okay. But somewhere between Ghost Rider and X-Men 3?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It was definitely way better than Ghost Rider.
Okay. Well, see, I like Ghost Rider more than you. But
maybe. Well, yeah, I know you hated Daredevil, so.
Yeah, I didn't like Daredevil.
Yeah.
I liked Ghost Rider better than Daredevil.
All right. Well, then for you, maybe between X-Men 3 and Ghost Rider.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the first one with low expectations is not a really bad movie. It's not great. It's not really bad. The second one is just terrible.
I heard it looks like it's basically a neat video game cut sequence with the Silver Surfer with some stuff on either side of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Galactus is a big ball of gas.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a tornado, actually.
Which is a great idea.
Yeah.
Because, that character, uninteresting to look at.
Right.
Some giant guy with awesome helmet. Who wants to look at that?
Nah.
Turn him into gas.
Why would you want to be visually stimulated when you go to see a movie?
Yeah.
Nobody wants that. That's why Eat, Pray, Love is the number one film in the country.
Over Machete?
Jessica Alba is terrible as Sue Storm, and just not right for that role.
For Sue Storm?
For Sue Storm, yeah.
I like Sue Storm to maybe be a little older.
She should be older. She should not be Hispanic.
I would have liked maybe this is crazy. Helen Hunt.
That is crazy.
I would like
she's
her.
like 70 years old and has always looked 70 years old. Even in Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
She was in Girls... What?
Girls Just Want to Have Fun?
You're thinking of Cyndi Lauper.
No.
Helen Hunt?
I'm talking about the movie.
Never heard of it.
There's a movie called Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Okay. Older movie?
Like mid-80s, 84.
Okay. Yeah, I like Helen Hunt. Maybe she would have been good. Maybe,
I disagree. Naomi Watts.
You're right. That's the girl from The Ring, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she would have been good.
Yeah.
Maybe... I like Sue Storm being a little older.
She's like 40-something.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah. Well, the rest of the actors in the Fantastic Four were okay, given what they had. But, man, she was awful. And she's awful in Machete.
But what a great movie.
Fucking awesome movie.
Yeah. It is a fucking comedy. It's like...
Yeah.
And it's so horrific at times. Like, it's up there with, like... it's not as gruesome or grotesque, but, like, it's up there with Dead Alive as far as just, like...
Over the top.
Gore. Yeah. Gore, funny. It was way more fun. I thought it would have, like, a little more subtle, ironic humor. Like, like we're making fun of the 70s movies or whatever. But, yeah, it was, like, hilarious.
Yeah. Apparently, the character of Machete is the same character that Danny Trejo plays in the Spy Kids movies.
Really?
Yes. His character's name is Isidore Machete Cortez. And that's the same character that he plays in Spy Kids.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Uncle Machete.
That's bizarre.
Yes.
Because, it's like, that's not a Disney movie or anything, is it? Spy
No,
Kids.
but it's a kids movie.
Yeah. This is a sequel to a kids movie.
Basically.
Wow. Because it sure doesn't seem like one.
And hey, one of the kids from the Spy Kids is in Machete.
Oh, really?
The
It's
boy.
one of the network.
He's the one redhead cholo that had the bandana and the blue shirt.
Was he the artist? Or?
No, he was the guy hanging out with the artist.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
It's good to see that kid, has a career post Spy Kids.
Yeah. He's not just laying under a bridge with a needle hanging on his arm. That's awesome.
But yeah, what a just stupid fun movie that was.
Yeah. I didn't realize Tom Savini was in it either.
I didn't either.
Yeah. I love all the extra stuff they put in, all the commercials and whatnot. There was just so much more there than I expected.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It's really good. There was I did not do this in the theater. I did laugh when it happened in the theater because it was still awesome. But when I saw there was a trailer that had the scene where Machete guts a guy and then takes his intestines and swings like Tarzan with them, I saw that online and I fucking clapped by myself.
Unfortunately, someone had spoiled that for me. I hadn't seen it, but someone that shops at Mavericks had told me about it. I mean, it didn't ruin it. It was still hilarious, but yeah. Just like we just ruined it for you. Damn it! Sorry.
Fuck you, people.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it by now, it's been out a week probably by the time you hear it.
Yeah, a couple days.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it by now, then stop listening because you're no longer welcome here. No, it's not true. It's not true at all.
But please go see it.
Please, yeah.
Support Robert Rodriguez in this fine film.
Yes. Because I really want to see Machete Kills. And Machete Kills Again. The next two sequels.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Good times. And we did see the Green Hornet trailer.
Yeah.
Which
I am excited for.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, I will give you, it looks kind of fun, but I don't know, I think I was expecting something, either way hilarious or just freaking weird. Because what a weird combo of Seth Rogen and Michelle Gondry, but...
Right. Can't be any weirder than Michelle Gondry and Jack Black, who is like a worse Seth Rogen.
I like Jack Black, but yeah, Seth Rogen's pretty hilarious.
I think Jack Black can be really good. He just often isn't.
He's kind of hit and miss.
Yeah,
but
mostly miss.
I'd say mostly hit. I didn't like Nacho Libre, but I like School of Rock. I liked him on, Mr. Show. Even I like most of the time. I like Jack Black. But.
I like Bob Roberts.
What's that?
Bob Roberts. It's a movie with Timothy Robbins and Jack Black is in it.
Don't know it.
Oh. It's from 92. It's a mockumentary. Yeah, I think you'd actually really, really.
I like mockumentaries. Yeah. I like documentaries.
Yeah.
I like anything with mentries in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought he was fine in Mars Attacks.
Yeah.
He was good in Be Kind, Rewind.
Yeah.
I liked him in King Kong.
Yeah. He was alright in King Kong. Surprising choice.
Yeah.
But, yeah. What was the High Fidelity? He was good.
High Fidelity was great in that. Yeah. I like him in Brutal Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks like an awesome game. If I still played video games, I'd probably play Brutal Legend.
Yeah. Well, now you can watch your lady friend play it, or you can watch me play it whenever she returns it. So I let her borrow it. And she can keep it as long as she needs to. Cause
you've got Scott Pilgrim.
Because I've got Scott Pilgrim, and honestly, so I've been playing the shit out of that game.
Have you beat it, or...?
I have beat it.
Okay. Yeah. And but you're redoing it with a different
character.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm trying to see if there's different endings. Because I think there are.
Probably.
Yeah.
Seems like the type that would.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm not even playing that a whole lot. I'm just, because I've been super fucking busy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're doing a lot of stuff.
I am doing a lot of stuff. I'm
Dr.
overwhelmed.
Dr. Creep.
For Dr. Creep and for our friend Matt Brassfield. And apparently offending Brian John Mitchell with doing things other than cops and crooks or anything. But, as I tried to tell him, I'm only doing this all out of obligation. I have no fun doing any of this. This is no self-fulfillment here. I am not enjoying anything that I've been doing.
So you and Brian are good, right?
I don't know. I don't think we are.
Uh-oh. I hope so.
He hasn't made any kind of comments on Gutter Trash in a couple epimes.
Brian, we love you. We miss you.
No, very little conversation on Facebook. I think maybe I've pissed him off.
Uh-oh.
And I apologize for that. I don't mean to. I'm just being honest. Yeah, I just I've other than obligation, I've given up on anything artistic.
Oh, you got the OK Panic because you've obligated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen you draw anything else otherwise.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you'll, maybe
in a
eventually.
year.
Yeah.
Maybe once. Maybe when Adam Hughes dies.
Yeah. Okay. Brian, please kill Adam Hughes. Find him at a show. He'll probably be in maybe Ape. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if he'd be there. Probably not. Probably not. No.
Yeah, he's a mainstream guy.
Yeah.
He'll be at Heroes Con.
Oh, Heroes Con. Is that in Georgia?
That's in North Carolina.
Okay. Find him, kill him.
Yeah.
Hey, you're right there. You're in North Carolina.
Yeah?
Yeah. Kill him at Heroes Con. Do us a favor. If you actually do kill him, I want to go on the record as saying I was joking.
And I want to follow up and say that I support Jason that he was joking.
Yeah. Okay.
Because while the man may have ruined my life, I still really love his artwork.
I want to see him keep doing it.
Yes. To prevent me from doing it more.
And there's mine.
Yeah. James Jean
just popped up. Of course, he hasn't broken my will yet, but daily I think about it. I was looking at his artwork today, actually, and I was like, man, he is way out of my league.
I saw that little thing that came out this week.
The
accordion
like
pack
thing.
of cards or something.
Did you open it up?
No.
Okay, yeah.
It's sealed.
Well, it looks like it's sealed.
Oh.
You can actually slide it open.
Oh, okay.
And it's like an accordion, basically. It's like I think it's like one giant picture, and then I think the other side is like the sketch of that giant picture.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Fuck those guys for being awesome.
Those artsy guys
Yeah.
know how to do it right.
But anyway, come back to us, Brian John Mitchell.
We miss you.
Come
we love
back.
you. We love you.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll type him up with one of those electronic messages.
Yeah. You'd need to get one of those Computron things.
Oh, yeah. I'll go down to the Compu store and
Yeah.
order me up one. Write him a check right there on the spot.
So yeah, I've had a fairly full, busy weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Had a lot of family reunion stuff going on at my parents' house, which I did my best to avoid as much as possible.
Mm-hmm. I tagged along once or twice
To pretty much give me an out
Yeah.
to leave there. Yeah.
Some fine food.
Oh, some excellent food.
And some cool people.
Yeah, they're fine people.
Abe and Gladys were there.
I'm not a person that likes being around more than like 2 or 3 people.
Right.
And any more than that is usually pretty distressing.
Yeah.
And when there's 30 people around, I am super distressed.
Yeah.
Unless I am drunk.
You're like Max the cat.
Kind of.
Yeah, he kind of wandered away.
Yeah. I wish I could have joined him.
Just laid over by the tree.
Yeah. I think I did at one point.
Yeah, it was fun though. Great lasagna and guacamole. I love the guacamole.
Yeah. Being a meat eater, I had other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ribs, chicken, pork, lasagna with meat.
Cookies.
Cinnamon coffee cake thing.
Oh, I had the flan that...
The flan.
Who made that? Your aunt?
My aunt made that.
Yeah, it was good stuff. Good stuff.
authentic Puerto Rican dish.
Mm-hmm.
There was rice and beans, another authentic Puerto Rican dish.
Yeah, I tried a bunch of stuff. Maybe some of it may have had some pork juice in it. I don't know, but
the rice had some sausage in it, or
the
the beans did.
I think she gave me a helping without it or
Right,
something,
right.
but still. Yeah, hey, I didn't get sick.
But beans touched meat.
I'll pretend it didn't happen.
All right.
Hopefully, no one will come to take my vegetarian card away.
Yeah, I won't tell the vegetarian
The vegan
police.
police.
Yeah.
I got to meet up with some of my family yesterday too for some I hadn't seen in over a decade.
Wow.
And let me just did I show you this business card?
You did, yes.
Let me read it on the show here. My cousin Cheryl Clark gave me her Jack Daniel's Distillery business card, where she is the occupational health nurse in Lynchburg, Tennessee. It's kind of a good gig.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty awesome. It was good to see them.
Yeah.
Ate some pizza.
Kind of pizza.
Marion's pizza.
Ooh.
I had some black olive mushroom pizza.
That sounds gross.
It was good.
I'm not a fan of the olives.
Yeah. Green or black? Neither.
Yeah.
Even if they're stuffed.
It doesn't matter.
Wow.
If there's olive, it is done.
Oh.
And it's one of those things, like, if you get a pizza, like, just pick them off. No, the olive taste stays on the pizza.
See, I'm the same way with the meat. People are like, oh, just pick it off. And I'm like, I'm like,
Well, I see your point of view in that, because meat is greasy.
yeah, exactly.
And I love meat, and I love grease. And yeah, that stuff is going to stay there.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I've went to a couple people's houses before, and they'll be like, "Oh, we know that you're a vegetarian, so we ordered 2 pepperoni pizzas. You can pick off the pepperoni on half of it and give it to me." And I'm like,
no.
I'm like, that's gross.
Yeah, because you still have the bread and the cheese soaked in pepperoni grease.
It's like basically the worst.
The worst part of the meat.
It's like worse of yeah. It's like worst case scenario. Like I don't get the tasty meat, I get the soggy meat juice.
Right. I do not like an olive.
I love garlic stuffed green olives. Those are great. I could just eat them out of the can. Or the jar. Usually
Do
in the
that
jar.
on your own time away from me.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think we're going back to Marion's in about a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Our
Joe.
friend
Joe G.
tying the knot.
Tying the knot, having a bachelor party. Things are going to get crazy up at the Marion's.
Oh yeah. 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 Well, did he rent it out? Maybe there's going to be a bunch of strippers like dance on those like iron bars that have all over the place.
Even if there aren't, I'm just excited about maybe being in that section that's always closed off.
Oh yeah, are we in the reserves?
I don't know, but every time you go to a Marion's, there's always like a huge section that
It's true.
is this section is closed or this section is reserved, and you never get to go in, and I want to. Just because it's always blocked off, it builds that need.
Yeah, there's like some sort of prestige there.
Yeah. Of course, we're going to be at the Marion's that burned down, so they don't have as many awesome pictures.
Yeah, they loaded them up.
They have some, but
some awesome paintings though.
Yeah.
Awesome paintings. Yeah, no, but there's no history there. It's not like you're not like wondering if you're sitting in the same spot Hal Linden ate his double cheese pizza. Still pretty good pie. Good local pie.
Indeed. It's Cassano's, but better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it's the same recipe.
Yeah. But it is,
they
better.
Make it better.
Yeah. Loves it.
Yep.
Yeah, anything else exciting? You read any other good funny books?
I read the first volume of Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, yeah, what'd you think?
I really enjoyed it. It's one of those things where I'm honestly really surprised how closely the movie followed it. And I mean, a big chunk of the first volume is like the first 20 minutes of that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
So they just took. Did they take parts from all 6 volumes to make the movie?
It's
Okay.
the whole series.
Awesome.
But yeah, it was pretty enjoyable. I'm looking forward to getting the next one at some point.
I got some stuff in the mail from my friend Josue.
Yeah.
He's done a variety of mini comics, and
We're not reviewing any of them.
oh no,
Okay,
yeah, no.
right.
Well, I was just gonna say now that like I have, if anybody wants to check him out, like Way Off Main and Everyday Things and a couple other ones, freshbrewedillustration.com. He's got some good stuff. He's a heck of a guy, stand-up fella.
Yeah.
He actually emailed me last week. He was on his way to Tasmania to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, and he draws comics. I'm like, he's breaking some stereotypes.
Yeah. Wish this may be the last time we'll ever hear from him.
Oh, geez, I hope not. Hopefully he's back and safe and sound, because that was like a week ago that I emailed him. But yeah.
Well, I'm reinforcing comic stereotypes, and he's breaking them.
Yeah.
It's a battle.
Yeah. I'm
You're caught in the middle.
Closer to your end.
Yeah.
I ride my bike like once every 6 months, and he's climbing mountains. So, yeah, definitely closer to your end.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I should pick a movie so we can get the fuck out.
Movie time. Fuck Out. Is that the movie we're seeing?
Yeah.
Fuck Out. I love it.
Starring Jack Black.
Yeah, and Jessica Alba.
Oh no. Movie I'm picking. Midnight Meat Train.
Oh, is that Mr. Barker's Midnight Meat Train?
Yes, it is Mr. Barker's Midnight Meat Train.
Oh, wow.
Starring
Bob Barker.
Bob Barker's Midnight Meat Train.
If anyone's been wondering what he's been doing since he left.
He's been spaying and neutering cats and dogs and then keeping them on a train.
And filming it, yeah. I can't wait to see it. Cool. And this is one of the last movies on your list of my no-see.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
At least you and your girlfriend can't watch this. Yeah. I've got one more officially on there, and then I added in one that your girlfriend requested. Because if it ever becomes available on video, we're going to review it for the show, all three of us.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But officially, beyond this, I've just got one more movie.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I want to see Midnight Meat Train.
Awesome.
Excited.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, let's, make like a baby and head out. I don't know.
Alright. Goodbye, everybody. You can subscribe to Gutter Trash at iTunes or directly at guttertrash.net. If you go to iTunes, please leave us a review. You can email us at eric@guttertrash.net or jason@guttertrash.net. For more info, you can find us on Facebook, or you can go to seanborn.net or buyerbeware.guttertrash.net. Listen to our sister podcast, League Night, at league.guttertrash.net. Thank you for listening. Until next time.